On this video we're taking a look at our CBB Parlay for the games that are happening on Saturday, March 19, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our first parlay pick is St. Mary's vs UCLA. St. Mary's win plus 3.5 points. And here is why. UCLA clearly can't take things for granted here like they did with Akron, or they'll be obliterated. The Bruins were fortunate to get past the Zips to begin with and now have to deal with a Gales team that is more than capable of shutting opposing teams down with regularity. The Gales crushed Indiana as they played their typical efficient offensive attack and made life miserable for the Hoosiers on the other end of the floor. St. Mary's won't be intimidated by the Bruins or the stage. After all, they beat number 1 Gonzaga in Moraga last month. The Gales deserved the 5 seed they were awarded, and their methodical yet effective offense, the Gales, have the talent and moxie to get to the Final Four, and all of it was on full display in their 29-point drubbing over Indiana. UCLA looked shaky at times against Akron, especially on offense, being held to under 60 points for the first time all season. The Zips' defense is strong, but it pales in comparison to St. Mary's, who have already held Gonzaga to under 60 earlier this season. The Gales' backcourt duo of Logan Johnson and Tommy Kuss are dangerous, and I think they have more firepower than the Bruins. Unless UCLA can pull a rabbit out of their hat like they did against the Zips, I think St. Mary's wins outright and punches a ticket for the Sweet 16, so I will also be adding a unit to the money line and would play the Gales down to plus 2.5 on the spread. Our second parlay pick is St. Peter's vs Murray State. Over 130. And here is why. St. Peter's pulled off the biggest upset in round 1 as they stunned second-seeded Kentucky in overtime as an 18-point underdog Thursday. The Peacocks ran their record to 20-11 overall and finished 14-6 in the mock on the season. Against Kentucky, St. Peter's wasn't intimidated, playing their style of basketball throughout. The Peacocks never trailed by more than 6 in the game, which was even at the end of the first half and at the end of regulation. In the extra session, St. Peter's took the lead for good at 77-76 with 1:45 to play and scratched out the win. The Peacocks shot 50.9% from the field, including 9 of 17 from three-point range, and hit 18 of 21 at the line, compared to Kentucky's 23 of 35. Darrell Banks III led the Peacocks with 27 points in the win. Both of these teams are coming off overtime wins, and both scored more than 70 points in regulation in the round of 64, yet this number is extremely low. Murray State knocked off San Francisco in a battle of attrition, as that game was a war between a pair of tough mid-major programs. The Racers improved to 31-2 overall and finished 18-0 in the OVC before winning the conference tournament title as well. Against San Francisco, Murray State trailed by 1 at the half, led by 9 with 4:10 to play in regulation, only to see the Dons tie the game and force overtime. In the extra session, the Racers took the lead for good with 1:17 left on a KJ Williams jumper. Murray State shot 48.4% from the field, including 6 of 21 from three-point range, and won the rebounding battle 43-35. Williams led the way with 18 points and 7 rebounds in the victory. It is understandable when you realize both teams rank in the top 25 nationally in scoring defense, and that the 85 points the Peacocks scored against Kentucky was the most they scored against a Division I opponent all season. However, the over is recommended in this game. This number is just too low for a tournament game. Both teams had great success getting to the free throw line in the first round, which is great for an overplay, and the over is 5-1 in the last 6 games for which St. Peter's was an underdog. Take the over. Our third parlay pick is New Mexico State vs Arkansas. Over 139.5 points. And here is why. There were some questions about New Mexico State's ability to compete with a high-level team heading into the big dance. The Aggies went 24-6 in the regular season and booked their trip to the NCAA tournament with a win over Abilene Christian in the WAC title game, but they had not faced a ranked opponent all year. They silenced all the critics on Thursday, picking up a 70-63 win over 5th-seeded Connecticut in a first-round matchup. New Mexico State extended its winning streak to 4 games with that victory. It was the program's first NCAA tournament victory since 1993, snapping a 12-game losing skid. Arkansas is not your normal sleeper team, as the Razorbacks are coming off a run to the Elite Eight last season. That is exactly what they are viewed as this season though, with many picking them to lose their first round game against number 13 seed Vermont. Arkansas barely survived that challenge, advancing to the second round against another double-digit seed. The Razorbacks went 13-5 in SEC play, but 3 of their losses came against non-NCAA tournament teams. They have won 8 straight games against WAC opponents and are 16-3 in their last 19 games overall this season. The over is a strong play in this game. There is nothing better for over bettors than scoring taking place when the clock is stopped, and the Razorbacks are experts at doing that. Arkansas has made the second most free throws in the country this season, and in their win over Vermont on Thursday night, they shot 20 of 25 from the free throw line. More trips are to be expected in this matchup. Arkansas's last 7 games are 7-0 to the over, and the over is 6-0 in the Razorbacks' last 6 games as a favorite. Teddy Allen may not score 37 points in this game, but he will find ways to score and try to get his teammates involved to keep pace with a talented Arkansas offense. The Aggies' last 4 NCAA tournament games are 4-0 to the over. Take the over. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.